Hi, Internet. Good to see you. Don't mind me, I'm just enjoying what's left of my 5-pound bag of Swedish fish that Critic sent me. Thank you, Critic. You're the man. I better share. I can try. How's Mr. Maker Mindset, Rick? How you doing? Gotta stay hydrated while I'm eating all that sugar. You're good? Good to hear. Good to hear. Hopefully we get some more people come and check out what's going on back here. The Centauri is now down here. Oh, Skull Army's next to you. Well, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I do have some updates, and then we'll get into this. But I want to cover some things first that I forgot to cover last night on the stream. First, I need to hydrate. But last night I forgot to mention that I wasn't sure when my Centauri carbon from Fabrico was coming. To give a little bit of insight. Dale, what's going on, good sir? Hope you're doing well. To give some insight, though, as to what's going on there. Apparently, and this is why I love Fabrico, because they're being very transparent and talking to me and keeping me informed, so this is good. Some companies don't do that. They leave you on the back burner and make you try to figure it out. But apparently the order that they had placed had not shipped out at the time it was supposed to be shipping out. But they got confirmation today that it is shipping out and they should receive them on Tuesday. I was then informed that mine will be shipping out Tuesday. So Tuesday they'll get them in, slap a label on one, and it'll go right back out the door to me. So mine should be on the way Tuesday. So I should have a second Centauri carbon coming, hopefully, if all goes well, end of next week. I'll have the second one. We'll have two. Now, the other thing I want to talk about was, again, this is a sponsored item, okay? Fabrico totally sent this to me. They did say it is yours, do what you want with it. But I was a little leery about that because I didn't want to mess with anything, being as they sent it to me without getting a definitive, yes, it is yours, do what you want with it. So I had messaged Hector today, and I said, hey man, that Centauri carbon that you guys sent me out, the sponsored one, I just want to make sure, or I want to double check and see that you'd be okay that, you know, I do things like install a Flowtech Hotend on it and maybe install Open Centauri on it. Would these be things you're okay with? And he said, go wild, have fun. So without a doubt, definitively across the board, that is mine. I can do what I want with it, and I no longer feel worried to modify and make changes to this for fear that it may, you know, there may be a line with Fabrico, because obviously Hector is just like, dude, it's yours, play with it, have fun. Another reason why I like Fabrico, because even when they sponsor something, they're like, dude, do stuff with it, you know? So again, if you want to get one, there's a link down there. I actually put a link down there. You can click on it. They have 8 left in stock. Those 8 that are left in stock should be getting delivered on Tuesday. So expect that now. Like if you order it now, they won't have them in-house until Tuesday. So it'll probably be a Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, sometime next week, ship out to you kind of a thing. So just know if you order it now, it's going to be a couple of days before it would ship out. Keep that in mind. But another thing, for those who were watching last night, my buddy Sean ordered me the bigger antenna. As you can see, if you look inside, there's the little antenna just kind of floating around in there next to the Bluetooth, and I got the bigger 900 megahertz antenna on there now. It's actually a 915 megahertz is what it says on there. But I got the big boy on there now. I have been driving around with this today and carrying it around with me today, still on the battery from last night. And let's see here. It was at 70% last night. It is at 65% almost a full 24 hours later. So it's only lost 5% in a day. So battery-wise, I think we're doing well with these 3,000 milliamp hour batteries that were sent to me by Joe Bishop. And I know my buddy Sean also sent me some batteries. Still have not heard back from Rockland about any potential projects, but that's not to say that, You know, they're not busy. I don't know. We'll see what happens, and when I hear more, I will fill you guys in. Need to clear a clog on Skull Army CC, but we need to order some new nozzles. Yeah, Maker Mindset, I get it, dude. Trust me. You have a few mesh devices, but no one around you or around here using. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, man. I drove my drive to work is 36 miles, and it's mostly 2-lane country road, cornfields and bean fields all around. I drove all the way to work and home from work a few days in a row without catching anything. But now that I have this guy on there tomorrow, I'm gonna see if maybe it was because I was just needed a little bit more to pick something up. So, and if not, as the weekend hits, I'll probably going into town. So when I go into the bigger town, I'll drive around with this and see if I pick anything up. But if not, maybe Rockland will send me a nice little care pack with several radios, and I can kind of play around with them a little bit, do some stuff, and then maybe that'll help kind of get more people interested in my area and playing around with it. Maybe we can get some routers and things set up throughout the area. I did see a few elevators, grain elevators that have some nice high spots that maybe we can get something up on top of. You have not printed a case. Maker Mindset. Rick, this is going on top of the car, buddy. This is going on top of the car. It mounts in here. Solar panel right here. This solar panel mounts right here. And then I've got some spacers for the other side and some magnets coming from my buddy Sean down in Florida. And then this just magnet right to the top of the car. And then as I'm zooming down the road, the solar panel will, you know, keep it live during the day and help keep charging the battery. And then in the evenings and whatnot, the battery will be in there. So yeah, printed a case just for right now for on the bench testing. I just threw it in that little plastic case, or that little plastic box I had. I just drilled out some holes and made it work for now. But yeah, so my buddy Sean sent me the Rack Wireless little Wise block or Whiz block, whatever you want to call it. He sent me that, and then he ordered me this and the antenna and some batteries. Well, then Joe Bishop decided to send me some batteries as well. Joe's batteries got here last night. And then my good friend Critic, he sent me a 5-pound bag of Swedish fish. So that's all what's come over the last few days for the project. I am hoping that I'll hear back from, like I said, I'm hoping I'll hear back from Rockland, and we'll kind of have some more projects and things to play around with. Maybe I can get a nice node on top of the house to have, and then if I can talk to the landowners of those grain elevators, I can possibly, you know, put a couple little units up on top of there with something, maybe get some more of them solar panels, and find some kind of an enclosure I can put them in and have them atop the elevators. That'll give me some nice height and hopefully give me some good, you know, good coverage. And then just have them around, just to have them around right now. But who knows, maybe if I get enough interest in it once I'm playing around with it and more people see it and like it, maybe more people will get involved and we'll just have more people on it using it, and maybe a municipality or two might find it as a necessary safety fallback in case the grids go down. You have the Rack Whiz block that you built into a solar base unit, and then 2 Haltech hand units. Nice. Yeah, the Haltech ones, I'd love to get my hands on some of those, or really just anything more so I have more than one so that I can actually see it in action, and maybe we can play around and see it in action here. But I think enough chitty chat. What do you guys think? Should we look in here? Ta-da! I know. Very original. I know. It's very original. What can I say? But I think when we're done, I want to show you guys something. I think that Micro Swiss's like sticker here, I think I found the perfect place for it when I'm done. You guys tell me what you think, but I'm thinking right about here. Right about like that. I think that's going to look pretty freaking sweet right there. So I think they plan the size of this perfectly to go just right there. So that's where I think I'm going to put that when I'm done. But we can't put the Micro Swiss sticker on until the Micro Swiss Hotend is in. So let's pull this back open. let's grab this out and show you guys again. It is the Centauri Micro Swiss Flowtech Hotend. Should be everything in this box I need to just plug and play. And by plug and play, I mean undo a few screws, of course. But I'm gonna grab my little benchtop camera up here and pull it down so that we can open the box together and look inside. So bear with me a minute. Before I make you guys sick, I'm gonna just pull it down myself, set it down here, get it lined up, put that right there. And now we'll go switch the camera to this guy. Damn, look at that. Look at it. Would you just look at it? Here, let's make sure we're focused in right. There we go. Look at that. So again, compatible with the Centauri Carbon. And it comes with it is leak proof, cold nozzle change, CHT high flow, all metal design, 300C, which is pretty much the max that you get out of this thing right now anyway. Haven't looked into swapping nozzles on the CC, but what does the Micro Swiss print? What does the Micro Swiss have that the stock doesn't? It just uses their standard Flowtech style hot nozzles, so it makes for faster changes. In most cases, I mean, it's, you know, undo the threads, pull it out, put the new one in. I'll open it up and I'll show you. But in general, I've just had good luck with the Micro Swiss stuff. The Flowtech in general, especially when it came to the K1s that I had, it was definitely an improvement over the stock Creality Hotends. So I don't exactly know what kind of improvements we'll see, but with it having a CHT nozzle, that'll help. You know, that'll definitely help with flow. Got the knife out here just so that we can, you know, cut this tape here. I'll pull it open and we'll take a peek and you guys can see what's inside. Get the box open here. Ta-da! We have the instruction guide, which I will tell you, I could probably do this without the instructions, to be honest. It is fairly straightforward. We just need to take the filament out, so I should probably do that real quick. Let's get this thing ready to go here. Let's hit extrude. I should have taken the filament out prior, but we'll hit unload. We'll let it go. But while we're waiting, we'll get that out of there. And then we'll look some more here. And it just says to basically remove the fan shroud, unplug the fan, then remove the 2 screws. I'm going to flip this back over. Then you remove the 2 screws at the top of the hot end here. And then you disconnect the 2 wires when you pull the hot end out of the way. And then you go ahead and, well, it actually shows where you're supposed to disconnect them from. Then you connect the 2 wires back to those 2 spots. Then we flip it over here. Then you put the 2 screws back in. You plug the fan back into the little extension cable that's under the cover. Make sure everything seats together nice. And then this is, for nozzle replacement. If you want to take the nozzle out, all you've got to do is lift the fan shroud up. And then take the little sleeve, it doesn't show it, but you take the little silicone off the hot end. And then you just use your little wrench, twist the nozzle out, put the new nozzle in, put the little silicone back over. You're good to go. And then it also gives you, as part of the Flowtech brand, or as the Flowtech nozzles go, you've got the brass plated nozzle, you've got a CM2 nozzle, standard steel hardened steel nozzle here. The brass plated is just that, it's a standard brass nozzle that's got the plating on it. The CHT nozzle, which is what this comes with straight from them, so for $84 or $85 you get it with a CHT nozzle in it. That one is meant for the high flow, standard, and 300 degree. They do have available sizes of a 1, a 0.8, a 0.6, and a 0.4 nozzle in the CHT. So again, it's meant to print that 300 degree C temp, and they do have varying sizes. So it is a little easier to find replacement nozzles. Then you have the CHT CM2 nozzle, which is also a high flow and hardened steel nozzle, again in those same 4 sizes. And then they have the DBFs, which is the Diamondback one. So you can actually get their Diamondback nozzle if you like those. Again, flow rate is standard, diamond tipped, and max temp of 300C. So again, their high flow ones are going to be their CHT, and their CHT-CM are going to be the high flow nozzles. So there is that. Give me just a second to get caught up on chat now real quick here. By the way, Drago, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I missed you there earlier. C-Tunes, what's going on, man? Haven't looked into... Oh, yeah, we were still there. You hadn't said nothing. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so this is the main reason why I like the Flowtech stuff, is because it uses a standardized nozzle across the different heat breaks. So it's not like you have to buy a different nozzle for everything. You just go to Micro Swiss. You can just buy the standard nozzle. And this thing already comes like pre-assembled. So all I've got to do is legitimately add 2 screws, well, plug in 2 cables, add 2 screws, and I'm done. The whole hot end assembly here is already pre-assembled and ready to go. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, though, of what's under here, let's see if we can get this silicone off without damaging it, and I'll show you guys what's under the hood here for the hot end design. All right, let's see if I can get this off of here without damaging anything, guys. I don't want to break anything. There we go. All right, so here is the CHT nozzle. That does, I'm gonna have to double check that, because that kind of looks like it is the CHT-CM nozzle. According to the picture, they may have sent me a CHT-CM nozzle. I'll have to ask them about that, because, yeah, let's see if that says anything on it. Nope, it just has their logo, but I'm gonna have to double check, because I want you guys to see this. I'm gonna try and get this up here so you guys can kind of see it better. Let me adjust the focus. Look at that. See that tip on there? Look at that tip. That does not look like the standard CHT tip. That does look like the CHT-CM, and what I mean is, let me get this up here. There's the CHT nozzle. See the tip? And then here's the CHT CM2 nozzle, and do you see the tip on that? So it looks like they may have actually sent me the hardened steel high flow hot end with this. It does say CM2 right there, but this one doesn't say CM2. It just says 0.4 right there. See, so it's a 0.4 nozzle. There's nothing on here that says CM anywhere. You've got the logo, but that's the tip. So I'm wondering if they may have accidentally sent it to me with the CM2 nozzle on it, the CHT CM2. So that would have been a happy little surprise, huh? Digital Dragon, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Digital Dragon, based on your experiences with stuff, does that look like the CHT CM2 nozzle, do you think? Because like I said, looking at the pictures, the standard CHT nozzle doesn't have that hardened tip on there like that. And that definitely is a hardened tip. Looks like the hardened nozzle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think this is the CM2 with the hardened tip, or hardened steel tip. So I'm almost guessing I got the CM2 on here. Even though it doesn't say it, I'm almost guessing I do. But that being said, here's your standard ceramic barrel heater with the little core, or the little like steel ring around the outside. You've got the nozzle here. It's just a matter of unscrew this and it threads all the way through. Then when you put the new one in, you stick it up in there and thread it in, and then just give it a snug and you're good. But let's go ahead and kind of get this thing dressed again. I've kind of been showing it to you guys for a while. I got it out. Let's get it dressed. Tuck in the silicone sock. There we go. Now it's got to take the filament out. So I'm going to jump back to the big camera real quick here. That way you guys, I mean, just makes sense. You guys don't want to be staring down here at this. 3D HP Jerry, what's going on, good sir? Hey man, hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you good. I know I need this stream tonight, so guys, just understand that this stream is more for me than you. I hope you get something out of it though. I'm not taking the filament all the way out. I just pulled it back through the PTFE tube enough that it's out of the way of the hot end. And let's go back to the main home screen. Where are we at on temps? The hot end is down to 45C. We'll give it a minute to kind of come down a little bit more. And while we're at it, I'm going to disengage the motors. Let's see here. Prep. Turn off the motors and pull the hot end out to the middle a little bit more so it'll be easier to work on. I'm going to try and do my best. I'll probably put you guys down below and shoot up so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing with this camera. So let's open the door. I'm going to be working from the top. So I'll put you guys down here so I shouldn't be in your way. I shouldn't be in your way, I say. Doesn't mean I won't be. I'm hoping I won't be. There we go. Let's see how that looks real quick. Do it! What's going on, man? Good to see you. Here, let's do this. Let's let the camera find me. There you are. All right. Camera's got me, but we're going to jump over to the bench cam real quick here. It is upside down. Let me fix that. Ready? I'm going to make you dizzy. Whoop. There we go. We'll bring it down and back a little bit. I do apologize for the light right up there behind it. I can't really kill that, so let's see. Can we do this? There we go. I think that will probably be a good shot for you guys. I'm hoping to have this thing, like, see if I can get to focus. There we go. I'm hoping this won't take very long. Like, realistically, I'm hoping we'll have this done in a matter of like 15 minutes. It's not a super duper complicated hot end to take apart. So I'm hoping it'll be done in about 15 minutes, and then we'll have it, we'll power it back up. We'll run through, we'll do some, we'll do a print. And to be honest with you, I already have ABS Plus, the Central 3D ABS Plus already loaded, and I do have a part I want to print. So we're going to go right into great one color printer. Yeah, Jerry, again, let me do this real quick. Let me say this. I personally do not care that they are not releasing an AMS for this. The way I looked at it was, when it was advertised as a, this will be an additional, you have to pay for an option after. It is not something you were getting for the price you were paying. So even though they did not follow through, and they are coming out with a second version that will have that, I'm not heartbroken in the slightest. It does not upset me, and it does not piss me off. And even with all the drama that was going on, I still bought a second one. And I will continue to buy Centauri carbons, whether it's like third party off the, off Facebook Marketplace, or I buy them through Fabrico, or I buy them from Elegoo Direct. I don't care. For the price, this machine, single color or not, performs amazingly. Stock right out of the box. Granted, there were some shortcuts taken to get it to the price point they did. There was a false promise made, and that did piss off a lot of people, but I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. I don't care. That was an additional thing I was going to have to buy, or maybe get sponsored from someone, because I can't always afford to buy goodies. So for me, don't care. Great single color machine. I will take it and love it. And if you have one and you're pissed at Elegoo and you want to get rid of it, I got shelf space. Just send them to me. Let me know if you want to get rid of it. I'll tell you where to send it. I'll meet you halfway. I don't care. I will take all of the poor neglected Elegoo Centauri carbons. I'll take them all. They are an amazing machine for the price you pay. I mean, $339 from Fabrico, shipped to your door, and they'll start shipping out Tuesday when they get their shipment in. Yes, please. Buy it directly from Elegoo. You're going to pay a little bit more than that, because you are going to have to pay shipping and taxes. Yeah, see, like, price, here's how I always word this. Price to performance. This Elegoo Centauri Carbon, hands down, best printer on the market right now. Get the AMS multi-material thing out of your head and just look at it as it's a single color unit. No other single color unit has all the features that thing has for the price point that it does. Because you can get a FlashForge Adventurer 5M for around the same price, but then you're going to pay another $100 for the enclosure. So now you're $100 more. This is an enclosed Core XY 3D printer that will print up to 300 degrees on the hot end. You can get up to 105 or 110 on the build plate. I mean, it's an amazing machine at that price, and it even comes with the multi-material head and a poop chute already built in. So if down the road we can get a full-blown clipper on it and then do a third-party or open source filament changer on it, there's additional cost you don't have to spend out the box. It's already there. So again, for the price, the performance, and the features that are packed into it, you cannot, price to performance, hands down, beat that printer with anything else on the market. I'm sorry. So that is my opinion. You may not like it, and you are free to stop watching my streams at any point. I'm not forcing you to be here. If you truly despise what I just said and it stings you and you gotta go, have a great night. However, that being said, again, I'm here, I'm hanging out, I love the machine, I'm going to continue to do things with it, and thanks to Fabrico for sending it over. Thanks to Fabrico for saying, it's yours, Dan. Do whatever the hell you want with it. We don't care. I was like, ugh. Yep, box turtle. That's a thought. That is a thought. I knew Built Over Bot was hiding somewhere. Good to see you, Bob. Hope you're doing well. By the way, Digital Dragon, hope you're doing well as well. Look at you guys running away. I see how it is. I only matter as long as I briar up. All right, gang. Let's get this hot end installed. It's cool enough now. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to switch cameras back to this. I'll probably pause this one so it stops moving around so much, though. So let me freeze it right about there. Yeah, it's good. And then let's jump back over here. Let's go to this guy. There we go. You can see me up here. Hi. How you doing? All right. The Vivid. Dale, just so you know, I reached out to Big Tree Tech about the Vivid and asked them if they would send me one, because I told them I'm going to be installing Open Centauri on this, and I would love to see if we could get something going on here. To which they responded back with, it won't work. I said, well, I would love to give it a try, and have not heard back from them since. So apparently Big Tree Tech is not interested. However, if somebody has a Vivid and would like to donate it to the cause, at least for me to try and get it working with this, and then I can always give it back to you, send it back to you, or if you just want to let me have it because you don't want it when you buy it for $300, which again is roughly the same price as this printer. Just toss an index on it. That would be cool too. It would be cool too. Not gonna lie. But let's get in here. First thing we do, lift the front, pick up, move it over. Then we disconnect the fan. Oh, we got to turn it off first, guys. First thing, turn it off. Unplug it. There we go. Unplugged. Fan is off and disconnected now. Now it's just these two screws right here. The two wires right behind it that you can see there. Let me move this way a little bit more. There we go. Give me a moment to find the right wrench. I believe it was the green one. Let's see if I'm right. It was the green one. So we take these two screws out. Okay, can I pull it out of there? Yes, I can. Set it right down on the build plate. Grab the other one. If you guys are looking at the little camera view, you can see how awkward this is, but I can still do this, so we're good. All right, that one may have to come out when we wiggle the hot end a little bit because it seems like it's a little shorter, but I don't think it is. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, and pull. There we go. Came right out. And we already took... Since I have had to disconnect this a few times, my thermistor wire already came... Or my... Yeah, thermistor wire came disconnected. Take the other one out. And then let's go ahead and wiggle, wiggle. There we go. Stock hot end is out. That's really difficult, guys. Really, really difficult. And then we grab our micro Swiss one here. And their thermistor wire is quite a bit longer. So hopefully it's a little easier to plug in. I don't exactly know which way is up. So I'm going to try it here. It looks like I got it. There we go. It did click into place. And then we have our hot end wire here. Get that plugged in. There we go. See, the 2 wires are plugged in now. Now we got to do is just take these, tuck them up, and bring this up into place. It is a little hard for me to see. I am not going to lie. This is really, really hard for me to see. I'm going to pull these wires up and push them in alongside, potentially. Potentially. I might have to move some stuff here because I can't really see where I'm going. There we go. All right. That looks to be in place. Let's grab 1 screw here, put it through the hole. And then let's lift it back up because it felt like it dropped a little. It is a bit awkward to do over the top of the camera and whatnot, but that screw is going in. There we go. There we go. Snug it up. I'm not making it tight just yet. Just snugging the screw up. I want to make sure I can still wiggle it around if I need to get this other one in. All right, that one is going in too. There we go. I know my hands are all in the way, guys. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'm hoping that we didn't pinch a wire. Thankfully, we still have the stock hot end if I did screw this up like a dipstick. But I think we're good. Maybe not. Let me take this out for a minute because I kind of fear I might have just pinched that thermistor wire. Not gonna lie. I think I might have pinched that thermistor wire. I'm doing this at a weird angle. It's hard to see. Let me take this back and just look. All right. Okay. Nope, we did not catch the thermistor wire. Good. All right, put it back, tighten it back down. Look at that. Even taking it out and putting it back in, I think it's still going to be a pretty quick change out. All right, I'm sorry I can't see chat at the moment. Give me just a minute, gang. Then we'll get the fan reconnected, and then we'll power it up, and we'll make sure that there's no errors, no issues. Everything looks good. Snug these up a little bit more now. Nothing crazy, just a nice snug and tight. Okay, let's tuck this wire in now. It's a bit longer than the stock one, so I'm just going to use my wrench here and kind of tuck those in alongside. Grab our fan. Reconnect the fan wire. Okay, fan wire's reconnected there. And then we just tuck the fan wire up, set it down, clicks in place, everything fit nice and flush. Now we throw some power back at it, cross our fingers, nothing turns on and breaks. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys right here so you can see that. Here we go, power on. Let's cross our fingers that Dan didn't pinch a wire or break something. You just couldn't resist? I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I'm just telling you, DeWitt, these things are a nice little workhorse, and at an additional cost of $84, I feel as though this is going to be a great addition. So maybe, just maybe, if I have good luck with it and you like it, you can order one. And by doing this, it looks like thermistor is reading correctly. Whoops. Go back. Thermistor is reading correctly. We got 29 degrees on the hot end. Let's go ahead and tap on that. Let's tell it to go up to 250. Did it hit? No. Click it again. 250. and click OK. Okay, fan kicked on. Watch it heat up. Look how quickly it heats up. Oh, you guys can barely see that. My bad. Let me fix that for you. There you go. Look how fast that thing's heating up. 70, 80, 90. They heat up very quickly. Not that the stock Hotend didn't, but look at that. FPV Ozito. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Got any advice for printing Polymaker ASA on the Centauri Carbon? I print with 260 on the Hotend, and I start at 90 on the bed and then bump it up to 105. I know that's backwards from what you're supposed to do, but I have run into some problems. We're going to install Open Centauri on this thing and see if that fixes the issues I'm having. But yeah, that's what I do, and then I basically just run the stock Polymaker ASA settings. But I just run, I don't know if they've got 260 on there or not, but I run 260 on the ASA. And then other than that, yeah, just let it ride. Raise the camera. Okay. There you go. Is that what you want to see? You want to make sure the Hotend's not burning down? There you go. There is smoke coming out of there, isn't there? Is there smoke coming out of there? It definitely feels like I saw smoke. It's definitely hot, I'll tell you that. I can smell it. Let's see. Yeah, there is some smoke coming from that. I wonder if it's just burning it off or what, but it hit 250 and it stopped. So I wonder if it's just burning off some of the oils that were on there. You can see some smoke in the background. Be careful, guys. See that smoke? Look at that smoke rising. I can see something from in the camera. I can see something right in here. But I'm not seeing it with my naked eyeballs. So I wonder if it's just heat being picked up, because I don't see, I'm actually not seeing smoke. Oh, wait. Down here I do. Huh. But it doesn't seem like anything's actually burning. I think it's just from the Hotend heating up and burning off whatever was on it. I'm going to give it a few, make sure, but I think it might just be some of the oils from when they packaged everything. I can see it. That is crazy. Is the silicone bedding? Oh, bedding in? Could be. Could be the silicone. Very well could be. Because like I said, it's not runaway. It's not, nothing's like melting away or nothing. It's holding at 250. It had heated up and it stopped. And yeah. All right, let's get some filament loaded. Let me get under here and push. Let's get filament loaded. I'm kind of smashing the mic. Sorry, guys. Get the filament loaded. Filaments in there. Let's hit extrude and load. Like I say, I do this stuff live and I make the mistakes so you don't have to. So if I did something wrong and it's causing a problem, you'll learn from me. But I think we're golden, pony boy. Everything is good. Gonna let it drop into place there. See if you guys can kind of see anything. I don't want to get the camera too far in there in case that head runs away again. I don't have to smack the camera. Let me put the glass back on top now. That'll help drown out some of that extra light coming through. There we go. I didn't see it actually push filament, so let me pull on it real quick here and make sure it grabbed it. Oh, it did. Okay, let's retry. Let's see. Is it pulling filament or pushing? Yeah, it's pulling. Okay. Oh, there we go. I can see some yellow coming through now, and so can you guys. Look at that. 24 watching and only 10 likes. Jerry, I agree. What is wrong with that? Kaz, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm not going to lie. I had a very shitty day at work and I needed a stream to just kind of pull me back because it was a very, very bad day at work. Let's just say I had the worst day at work today, and this is making me feel better. And you guys hanging out with me is helping. So thank you to all you guys for helping make me feel better. Giant bag of Swedish fish doesn't hurt. Some positives, some upsides. Things are going well. I'm going to give the build plate a quick clean. So I'm going to pull you guys back here. I'm going to go to the big camera so I don't make you guys sick. I'm going to go here. I'm going to clean the build plate off, and we're going to throw some ABS at it. It is the Central 3D ABS Plus. You can get it for $16.99 for the standard colors, or if you want to go with some with a little bit of the glitter in it, you get those for $18.99. If you're interested in getting some Central 3D printing, I don't have a link for it because they didn't sponsor anything, so I didn't think to put a link in there. That's my bad. But $16.99 for ABS Plus. I mean, come on. Order yourself a bunch of rolls at some ABS Plus. I did steer clear of ABS for quite a while and was only printing in the Polymaker ASA because it was just, good. But this stuff has been printing on this machine without any issues. Like, no complaint. Just, it prints, it works, it's wonderful. Just need a major service on your latex printer. Will be a $5,000 hit. Ouch. Yeah. Sorry, brother. I hope it goes well. Has a great sale going right now. Yeah, Polymaker's got a great sale going. I mean, now's the time to buy plastics if you need them. Let's see here. I want to print this guy one more time. This is going to be a almost 3-hour print, guys. So keep that in mind. Bear that in mind. This print will not be done before the stream ends, but thankfully I have a camera in here, so I can just do this. Oh, hold on. Let me fix the camera for it. Let me click on here and hit refresh. Is that going to work? No, it's not. What's going on? Give me a second, because I got to make sure that that printer is, the IP address didn't change. Yep, there it goes. It just took a minute for the camera to kick in. Sorry about that. But there you go. All right. So there's the camera. We can see inside. I don't need to have this camera going anymore, so we'll get this up out of the way. I do like the fact that it has a camera. I wish it was a higher quality camera, but again, for that price point, corners had to be cut, So a little bit cheaper camera, maybe a little bit dated control board, maybe using Clipper and saying that it was their own proprietary firmware when it was really Clipper, like 5-year-old Clipper. But yeah, I said they cut corners and they were shady about a lot of things to get the brand out there. And realistically, it's a hell of a machine, and had they just told the truth, there would have been a lot less drama. There would have been a lot less drama and a lot less, arguing, So took a look at the thermal camera and filming your printer right now. Nice. Let me click here and go back to this. Bring it down. There we go. You know what we earned? Do you know what we earned with this? I think we earned some Swedish fish, guys. I think we as a collective earned some Swedish fish. So get out your 5-pound bag of Swedish fish that your buddy Critic sent you. Get it out. I have a couple fish. I think you earned that. You earned your 5-pound bag of Swedish fish, so enjoy them. Osito, yes. Best candy in the world. Okay. It is currently, let me go back here. There we go. It is currently leveling and cleaning, and it's going to go through some things and do some stuffs. There we go. And the fan kicked off. Now it's going to kind of shimmy into place. Bed's going to heat up a little bit more. The hot end's pretty much a temp. So we just got a little bit farther to go. $10 from Reverend. Reverend, thank you very much for that, man. For a better day. Thank you greatly. Let me kick that little thing up there with a heart. You are awesome, good sir. It is amazing. I thank everyone who makes donations on here that way. Helps out immensely. Greatly appreciated. I will say, as Taylor from Canuck Creator has said in the past, and I do agree with him quite a bit. Anytime you guys want to give, giving is great. We'll take it, no problem. However, if you really want to help and you want to give and you want to give, let's do it that way. If you want to give and you want to give, feel free to give memberships or gift memberships, because then it gives more people interest in the community to like come and spend more time here, because now they're a member. And with us going into kind of like the lull season, I'm not dealing with volleyball, and some of the stressors of life have kind of started to lift from other stuff in my personal life. I'm hoping to do a monthly members only stream. I don't know what we'll do, but I'm hoping to do a members only stream. Tonight, we were very productive. Before the stream started, I got all the things packaged up from my buddy Sean that I'm going to send out, all the 3D printed parts. These things here for the Rack Wireless WizBlock. I say WizBlock. Could be WiseBlock, but I think it's WizBlock. So anyway, I got the stuff all boxed up and ready to go. Now I just got to get his address information printed out on a label and then get it shipped out to him. So hopefully tomorrow, Saturday, I'll get that shipped out to him. And then in a week or less, hopefully, he'll have all of those parts. He can build up his kit. And then hopefully soon I will have my my magnets and I can put mine together. We'll build mine out. Is Jerry leaving? Did I miss that? Need to run. Take care, everyone. All right, 3 HP Jerry. Sorry I missed you there, bud. Which camera on the ADM5 would behave? You can river dance through the living room half a dozen times in between the layers. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the Centauri Carbon is a hell of a machine for the price. You can pay a couple bucks more than you would for the Adventurer, and it is an amazing machine at that price point. I do not see a reason why. I recommend it to everyone if they want to get into 3D printing, or even if they've been in 3D printing. Me personally, I want to get more of them, and I'm seeing them on Facebook Marketplace within about make a day's trip out of it kind of a thing, you know, like a 3 to 4 hour drive away, and then 3 to 4 hours home, maybe stop somewhere with the missus, get a bite to eat, and come home with another one of these for between $200 and $250. So, you know, there might be a time where if I fall into some money, I may take a joyride one day or make it a kind of a thing and pick up a couple of them and come home and maybe take the missus overnight to a hotel motel, just the two of us, get away, pick up some printers along the way, and then come home. Mama will have had a trip away and some time alone, then we'll come home, and then we'll have a couple of Elegoo Centauri Carbons behind me on the wall there. When anybody asks if I'm sponsored by Elegoo, the answer is no. I'm sponsored by Fabrico, who fed my addiction and then got me turned on to these. And if Hector wants to accidentally send me 2 next week, I won't complain. I'm more than happy. I love the machine. I'm not happy with the company and the way they handled some things, just like I wasn't happy with Bamboo when they played some games, or Creality when they played some games, or insert any other printer company who has played some shady games to make some money. They've all done it, with the exception of Prusa. They've all done it. And that's not fanboy, like Prusa fanboy talking, because I'll tell you, the Prusa machines and the Prusa ecosystem is amazing. Everything that Prusa does and everything that Prusa touches, is just awesome. If you have Prusa money, you buy a Prusa. If you don't have Prusa money, buy an Elegoo Centauri card. That is what I'm telling you. That is my opinion. Feel free to roast me all you want, but if I had Prusa money, I would have some Core 1s. They are an amazing machine. There's 2 of them at the school that I work at. They're an amazing machine. They work very well. They get you into the ecosystem. Everything works. Everything is run by Prusa, managed by Prusa, taken care of by Prusa, but everything is open source by Prusa. So, hey, so Ozito, thank you very much for becoming a member. By the way, sorry I missed that. I was kind of in a tangent, but thank you for that. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And look, my Stream Elements actually said that you became a member. So Stream Elements is finally letting me know, or letting us know, that you are a member. Thank you for that, good sir. I hope you're a sir. I would really, really feel bad if you were not a sir and I just called you sir. FPV, Ozito. Smash it, peoples. Yeah, smash the like button. Let's go. But it is getting ready to kick off here, so let's go back over here. I am watching the build, like it is going up to 90 on the build plate. Again, like I told you, this weird thing where I can heat that build plate to 100C and it will go right to 100C, no problem. However, if I heat that build plate to 105C or 100C to make it to start a print, it doesn't heat up fast enough and it airs out. So I just go to 90 to start and then take it up to 105 on the second layer, and everything seems to stick and everything just seems to work. So fingers crossed. However, tonight I'm saying something about it. It's probably going to break just trying to get to 90C because I said something about it. But again, we will play around with Open Centauri on this after we get some prints off of it on stock firmware with the new Hotend. And then we'll install some Open Centauri and then try it with the Hotend and Open Centauri and see what the differences are. And the nice part is we'll probably do that sometime next week when the other printer gets here. So we'll have the 2 printers side by side. And then I can slice a file and send it to both printers. And we can kind of see how Open Centauri performs versus Elegoo's stock firmware. Do you have a new main board, or you have a new main board to use Open Centauri? No, you do not have to have a new main board. It flashes right over the existing hardware. The Open Centauri project is a open source thing. Some guys spent quite a while breaking down the board, getting everything figured out, and that's when they realized that it is running Clipper, albeit a Clipper version 1 dot something. So it's like a 5 or 6, maybe even 7-year-old version of Clipper that they are running on here. It is like heavily modified to work with their tool head board and some other things. But these guys have been working and breaking things down and made it more of a reality. And it has been released. It is out there and you can download it, move it to your USB, boot it up, and flash it. Would be nice to be able to choose what the bed temp and the nozzle temp is when doing auto leveling. Yeah, it would be nice. I don't mind so much that it drops to 140 and 140 on the Hotend and I think 60 on the bed or whatever it is. I don't mind that. You see no difference in performance between stock and Open Centauri. They are still working on opening things up more. The web interface is hard-coded, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they'll get things figured out, because it would be nice to have like a full-blown mainsail that you can just modify, tweak, and do stuff to. I like mainsail. Nothing against Fluid, even though their web interface is very Fluid-like stock. Open Centauri is stock firmware. They just patched it via assembly, if you recall correctly. I do not recall. You could be correct. All right, we are still patiently waiting for that bed to heat up, but that bed will heat up to 100°C normally without an issue, but it is slow going, but it's getting there. This is where something like a mains voltage bed would be nice, because it would just heat. Don't mind me crumpling a bottle. I finished one bottle of water, and I have a second right here. So we can hydrate, stay healthy. I just wanted to get printing and throw down some layers so you guys can kind of see what it's looking like, and then I can make sure everything is good. But this stream's already been going for an hour. In an hour, I spent more time talking than we actually spent putting on the hot end. It legitimately is like a 15-minute thing. Like, snap the fan cover off, take the 2 screws out, unplug the 2 wires, plug in the 2 new wires, put the hot end in, bend your wires out of the way, put the screws back in, plug the fan back in, snap the cover back on, turn it on. Built over bot, we are going to print another one of these, the housings, the ABS housings for the Rock Wireless. Yeah, we're going to print another one of these in ABS because I have ABS loaded, and we just installed the Flowtech hot end on there, so we're waiting for it to heat up so that we can do that. Let me reload the page and see that it didn't take a little snooze on me there. Nope, it is still slowly but surely heating up. That's one thing I'm hoping the other one doesn't have this issue, or I'm hoping once I install Open Centauri, I'll have a little more freedom to control how quickly the build plate heats up, because I'll be able to actually get to the print config file. Oh, there it goes. All right, maybe. Did it error? No, it did not error. It just moved up. Okay. I was like, did it just error out? Because the fan kicked off, but everything is still heating. We are still getting there. Yeah, the nozzle's going up to 260 now. So ABS and ASA, I print at 260 on here. Seems to print just fine. However, while we're waiting, I think it's about time I dig into my bag of treats. What's left of my 5-pound bag of Swedish fish. I may have been indulging a little bit, guys. So once I eat these, I think we'll have to install the micro Swiss sticker in that prime location right there. You know, that is just like prime, like it was meant to be there, because down here would look a little funny. I think I gotta go high. So we'll put that micro Swiss sticker right on the front. I need to get a Fabrico sticker for it. If Hector or Shammy are lurking in the background, feel free to cut the box open, shove a couple stickers in there, and then tape the box shut. Do you still have half a bag? There's probably 2.5 or 3 pounds still left out of the 5 pounds that were in the bag. Look at that print going down. Let me sneak a peek from the top. Yeah. It's looking pretty damn good. It's putting down the first layer for the supports that are going down, because this does need some supports. It prints pretty tall. Okay. Yep. We're going to let it ride out here. Looking good. No crazy, like, have to adjust anything kind of a thing. Just letting it go. Need a 10-pound bag of Swedish fish. Yes. Yes, I do. You would just keep eating them until they were all gone, or until your stomach exploded. Maker mindset. Rick, yeah, let me come back here real quick. In 2 days, I've eaten 2-ish pounds of Swedish fish. Not lying. It's probably been about 2 pounds of Swedish fish in 2 days. I'm gonna, when I finally get a chance to use the restroom, it's probably gonna be a giant Swedish fish. In almost a year, you still have yet to have a successful ASA print. It's frustrating. Osito, do me a favor. Clean that bed really well. I am using the more textured side, not the smoother side. I am using the more textured side. And then you may need to go in and just adjust your Z offset just a little bit. Bring it in just a little bit. So you may have to go into the gear while it's printing. You go into the gear, go to Z offset on the screen there, and then just adjust your Z offset in just a little bit more. But like I said, I mean, here, not that one, this one. And there you go. You can see that there was a little string somewhere in there. It kind of got caught up, but it is now onto the next layer. And that is ABS though, not ASA. So I gotta say this is ABS. I did print ASA parts. That's what the purple and green are. The purple and green are ASA. Let me come back here real quick and let me tell that camera to quit jumping around. There is my first layer. You can see I'm using the super textured side versus the smoother textured side. And then here is the part. Yes, there is ringing in it. But for what it's being used for, it will be fine. So, but there it is. And this is the deep purple ASA with the galaxy green ASA on top. Because I ran out right at the end and I wasn't going to waste the print. So I just forced it in there. And then this is the Central 3D ABS Plus green. Bob, it's a Centauri carbon. He was asking earlier, probably before you got here, he was asking. It's a Centauri carbon that he's got. Okay, we're going to try to get this sticker on there real quick. But like I said, gang, I'm thinking right about here is what I'm thinking. Put it right there. So just about like that. But we got to get off the sticky back or the back first. What I should do is try to get this side free first. Yeah, Bob, right? I think he was talking about that right before you came in. Okay, so to make sure I can kind of line it up right, I'm just going to pull back a little bit. I'm going to eyeball line it up, and then we'll touch it down, and then we'll take and peel back the rest of it. Let's see. Put that right there. There we go. And then we'll just peel this out the rest of the way. There we go. Boom. It is officially micro Swissed. All right. And it's crooked. Dadgummit. Oh well. It wouldn't be me doing it if it wasn't, right? Let's see here. I think my voice to text did not spell that right, LOL. Yeah, the Centauri is missing the A. You're half tempted to break out the old V1 in 3. Oh, Ender 3. Okay. With Clipper, kind of missed the mainsail. Yes, I do. Not for ASA, obviously. Yeah. No, I am definitely a fan of the mainsail interface myself. because of Vorons back in the day. I have used fluid in the past as well. I just more comfortable with mainsail myself. Think of trying Vision Miner. Yeah, Vision Miner might not be a bad option either. Throw a little Vision Miner on there if it's having like crazy issues. But let's go back here real quick so I can show you guys. It is still doing its thing. It's still printing. Still looking good. There's a little bit of warping on the edges there, but that's because of the amount of overhang that's there. As it prints out, it does force it back down, and it does print normal, and it does look good when it's done. So not going to worry too much right now. It is ABS, of course, so it does tend to warp a little bit as the nozzle comes across. It has just, on every part, pushed it down. So my dog is being a dick. So if you guys can hear him in the background when I'm talking, he's just out there arguing with the neighbor dog. So, I mean, there we go. This is, like I said, it's going to be like a 3-ish, 2 hour and 43 minutes is what's left of the 8 minutes that's already printed. So almost a 3-hour print. Am I doing a skirt or a brim? I am doing a brim. So there is a brim around everything to kind of help hold it down. A skirt and a brim. The difference between a skirt and a brim is touching, and a skirt is like on a woman, is how I look at it. The skirt kind of flows around the woman, but normally does not make contact with the woman. I know that's wrong because it's a dress that does that. Skirts usually tend to fit tight, but that's my association. Skirts tend to flow around, whereas a brim butts right up against it. That's the way I associate it. Correct or incorrect, that's how my ADHD brain connects things. But it's back there printing, doing its thing. It's looking amazing. The hot end is in. When the parts are done, I will take a picture and post them up on X, and I'll probably try and remember to post them in the community tab or whatever the hell it's called these days over here, so you guys can kind of see. Not necessarily going to wrap the stream right now. I'm going to hang out with you guys for a little while now. We did the fun part. But yeah, it's not a difficult process. Definitely well worth it. Skirt is good. Is to get the flow going. Yeah, before you start printing, and the brim is to support a support style feature. Yes, Da Vinci, you are correct. It helps to grab and keep the part staying on the build plate. So like I said, when it starts at 90C, having the brim is a nice little addition. Better than your skirts are easier to take off. Hey, Bob, it works. Whatever works to help you remember, you know. It just takes the flick of a finger, right? Give me just a second, gang. I'm just checking to see. I had a notification. Hold on, I got to respond real quick here. There. Sorry, gang. Like I say, I got to do the YouTuber thing real quick. Ready? Don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't already, because it's there. If you are new to the channel and you're just now seeing me, you can always hit the subscribe button. I do random things like this. I try to do more than less, but it usually tends to be less than more. Apologies. And if you want to help me out, you can either become a member, you can gift a membership, you can click the links down below to the Linktree. There's a PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. You can send me some monies. put some gas in the car, get the wife a pop, or whatever the case may be. And if you go and call it pop and you call it soda, I can get her a fountain soda or a fountain pop. Either way. However, this little thing is pretty freaking sweet too. For those who missed the beginning of the stream or have not caught streams in the past, I recently started playing around with Meshtastic. That is the rack wireless, little rack wireless starter kit with a 3.7 11 amp hour, 300 milliamp hour, or 300 milliamp or whatever the hell it is, a 3000. It's one of these, 3000 milliamp hour. Sorry, it is a 3000 milliamp hour, 11.1 watt hour, 3.7 volt maker focus battery connected to it. So it just, I've been testing the battery to see how long it'll run. We plugged it in last night, and in 24 hours, let me take a look at my Meshtastic here. It is down to 64% from 70. It's dropped 6%, 8%, 6 to 8% in 24 hours. Not bad. We should be able to get roughly at that rate. We should be able to get, you know, 100 out. What was, no, not 100. What, about 10% a day. So roughly 10 days. So we should be able to get roughly 10 days on a battery, but we have a solar panel we're going to connect to it as well. The solar panel should help charge the battery and keep it running during the day. And then it'll run off the battery at night. So there should be that. You know, have I found any networks yet? No, I have not, good sir. I am still the only one in my area. And for those who missed out on it too, I did make a comment over on X about playing around with it and, you know, how fun it would be. And maybe if, you know, Rockland, the company that my buddy Sean bought it from and sent it to me, if Rockland maybe would be interested in, you know, working together on something. They did say get a hold of us. I did email, I did talk back and forth with them and ended up emailing someone in their sales department. And I'm just waiting to hear back from them. As far as what I want, I don't know. I'm new to this whole like mesh network, Meshtastic, playing around with this stuff. So I told them, I'm like, no, I don't really know what I need, but I would definitely like some, you know, whatever they want to send, whatever they would like me to show off on here and feature to you guys and show you guys. If it be, you know, one or two things or a care pack or whatever the case may be. So we'll see when they get back to me and let me know what their thoughts are. And we'll see what we end up playing around with. Because I would love to get like an on-body unit that I can carry with me and then turn this into an automotive node that I put on top of my vehicle that I can drive around and just pick up stuff. And then have another like base unit that I can set up here at home. Maybe a couple of units that I can set up on some other family property or talk to, again, since it's a pretty rural area, maybe talk to a couple of farmers and see if I can set it up on top of some of their elevators and stuff. So it would be cool to build out a little network around me and then see if that takes off and kind of blows up out more. Have I checked out the map? I did look at a map. I live in Illinois. I did look at a Chicagoland mesh thing, but it's mostly, you know, stuff more north of where I'm at. I'm not necessarily in the Chicagoland area. I am going to have to do some snooping and see if there is anybody in the Illinois Valley area. That's what I'll say. In the Illinois Valley area, if you look at Illinois and you see 80 goes this way, and you see 39 goes this way, where 80 and 39 are, I'm right about where my thumbs are. I'm right about where my thumbs are. Like right about there where my thumbs are. That's about where I'm at from 80 and 39. So got to find people in this area that are into it. And if not, well, hopefully I can get more people interested in it. Thank you for the sub. Thank you, thank you. That's was it Berkey's? Is it Berkey's? Thank you for the sub. I like that my Stream Elements is now telling me when people actually sub. Hi from Norway. Another Norway. I have my good buddy Maker Viking. He's like my brother. I have my other now brother, also known as Canrog. Those two crazy Norwegians, and then now you. I have like, oh, and then I think there's one other crazy Norwegian. I have like 4 crazy Norwegian friends now. Hello, crazy new Norwegian friend. Nice to meet you. Don't let my wife know that you're from Norway, because she will do the same thing she does to all of my friends from Norway. Hello, damn Vikings. Yes, exactly. She'll do the same thing she does to everyone that comes to my channel from Norway. She really, really, really wants a Norwegian forest cat, and she harasses them to no end to just send her a Norwegian forest cat. She says all the time, just go out into the forest and pick one up. They should be everywhere. Just box it up and send it to me. Arn. What's up, Arnie? You have one? Oh, don't tell my wife. I'm glad she's not watching the stream tonight, because she'd be out here right now screaming and yelling into this microphone saying, send it, send it, send it. I want one, I want one, I want one. She's been wanting one since Viking pointed it out to her quite a while ago. Get her a bobcat, that's close enough. Bob, those are a little closer, and I don't think she wants one for the fact that they might potentially eat other animals in our home. But at least with the Norwegian forest cat, it's soft and cuddly and large. So, you know. That sticker is the perfect size for that spot. I mean, look at that. I mean, Grant, it's crooked. I ain't gonna lie. I did put it on crooked. Let me go down a little bit. Wait, let me go up a little bit. Let me move over a little bit, and then let me zoom in. Whoops, it found me. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Look at that. See, I did put it on crooked, but yeah, it fits perfectly right there. That's like Micro Swiss made it for that spot. Wait, ready? I'm gonna do something. Okay. Zoom out. Get off this ugly mug of mine. Woo. A bobcat is soft. The other two are unlikely. I don't know. Your eyes must be crooked because it looks straight to you. Yeah, like from a distance, it looks perfect. You know, and it fits perfect with the little design right there. So I'm happy with it. I will take it. And my little print is still printing away. Let me throw you guys back inside the printer real quick here. Hold on a minute. Ready? Ready? There you go. You're back in the printer. Did you like that sweet transition? Yeah, that's right. Top-notch streamer here, baby. I got sweet transitions. Yep. Yeah, look at it just printing away there. And it looks good. It seems like it's looking good. The nice part is since it's the ABS, I did kind of tape up the box, damn it. But so I taped up the box with all the parts in there for my buddy Sean. Oops. Oh well. I could have threw this yellow part in there for him and kept the other green one, but that's all right. I do plan though to build up the rest of the kit here once the magnets come. We'll make up the little mobile stick on top of the car unit. And with it having the larger 915 megahertz antenna, a little antenna whip up here, hopefully we'll be able to drive around with that bad boy on top and pick up a decent, pick up some stuff a little better, you know? You lost me a customer when you gave up the Bobcat line. He was sweet. Yeah, I would not mind a Bobcat. I'm not going to lie. I'm a sucker for, like, you know, the crazy animals and whatnot. I'm kind of a sucker for those. What's the blue frame in the background? The blue frame in the background was going to be, I was going to build out a backpack printer, and LDO Jason sent me the blue frame because it was an off frame that they had. But then I realized that it's a frame for a Voron 2.4 250. So then I was going to build a Voron 2.4 250, but then I realized I'm getting older and building printers is not my thing. So realistically, it's a frame for a roughly a 250. I think it's more like 250 by 230 something. It's just not as tall as a regular 250 frame. Yeah, so it's just kind of been sitting there. I haven't done anything else with it. You have yet to try ABS and ASA in yours, usually print PETG. Yeah, and it prints beautifully. Yep. Are you saying you're old, Bob? Yes. Not even going to sugarcoat it. Not even going to try to dance around it. Yes, I'm getting old, and building printers would be fun, but I need to redo a bunch of stuff and give. I have bad ADHD, and if the workflow doesn't work, I can't function to build. So I need to kind of rework the workflow in here so that I can actually get stuff done. However, I'm going to go into the fish one more time, and then I'm done for the night because I can feel the heartburn coming on from all the red food coloring. Well, let's see if I green and yellow, if that'll not happen anymore. Now, is it, I'm going to butcher the hell out of the name. Is it Berkeys? Berkeys? And I do apologize. Stupid American. I admit it. I'm sharing with the class. Here you go. One yellow fishy. Yeah. Apologies for butchering that. Like I said, stupid American mouth. Says stupid American things. If only that were, or if only that actually worked. I know, right? What if I called you BB? Would that be okay if I say, hey, BB, what's up? You need to get going. This load isn't going to deliver itself to LA. Ozito, have fun on your travels. Get to LA safely. Are you going to LA as in California, LA, or LA as in Louisiana? So if you're going to California, be safe, my friend. If you're going to Louisiana, get you some gumbo. The good stuff's always down there. Nothing like an 18-wheeler in LA, California. Oh, man, you are going to California. Be safe, my friend. Be safe. All I can say is be safe, my friend. California and an 18-wheeler is no fun, especially LA and the other big cities. So be safe. For two reasons. One, driving there. Idiots everywhere. You live in California, so you're used to it. I'm sorry. Sorry. Illinois ain't no better. I can't say too much. Illinois ain't no better. Many folks in Illinois want to either fall to the south, the east, or the west. It's not me expressing my political views either, folks. That's just me saying that, right or wrong, I know that things are just off here. I'm going to find me a nice quiet state where it's 70 degrees, 75 degrees during the day and 50s at night, rains in the evenings. Oh, wait, that doesn't exist. Never mind. Who wouldn't want that? 70, 75 all year round. You get 50 degrees at night with the rain. In the evenings, the sun comes out in the morning, the ground dries up, it hits 75 degrees. At maybe 80, maybe 80s during the summer, but like 70, 75 all year round. And then on Christmas, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, it snows. And then the 26th, snow's gone. Who wouldn't want to live there? Oh, sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Other than the people are clashing. Or yeah. Oh, clannish, yeah. Well, you know, Southern Illinois is not terrible, but I still, you know, I'm staying where I'm at because the family is here. You know, the family is here, so I'm staying here. If it wasn't for the family, I'd probably load my wife into an RV and we would travel. I would just have, you know, an RV for the two of us and our animals, and then bring a couple Centauri carbons, and I'd switch to a laptop and we'd just hit the open road and have fun. She'd probably kill me after the first 50 miles, but we'd have those 50 miles. Yeah, Bob, I was paying less than that. Last year, the property taxes spiked quite a bit. I went from about $1,400 for taxes to $2,200. $800 in tax hikes in 1 year. Correction, $2,000 in property taxes and $200 in paid at late fees. So, yeah. Yeah, you do have more square footage under roof than I do. Yeah, I have about 12 to 1,300. I think it's about 1,300 square foot. But then we utilize the garage for me. So I have a 9 by 13 space that I'm currently taking up. But I do plan to take up the whole side of this whole side of the garage. So it'll be 9 across by 25. It's roughly 20 or 25 deep. So this whole side of the garage, someday, one day, if you guys want to help me get that done sooner rather than later, feel free to start a GoFundMe or just dump a shitload of money into my PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, and then I'll go buy some lumber, some paneling, some doors, some windows, and I will just start framing up the front, patch the concrete, knock this wall down, swing this wall over, and then bam, there you go. Havoc and the missus, good to see you both. Hope you're doing well. By the way, gang, I did end up talking to the gentleman, and I know I said something last night. It sounds like Friday or Saturday this will be leaving. So property values are not as high down there. Yeah. Yeah, I like my tiny little town that I live in. Like I said, I'm south of 80 and I'm west of 39, so I'm not really in the you know, political shitstorm of Illinois. I still have to suffer with the political shitstorm of Illinois, but you know, at least I'm far enough away from it, it doesn't affect me every day. Just when I buy stuff like gas, you know, renew my plates on my car. If I ever rode a bus, you know, those would be times it would affect me. Buy groceries, there's that too. It's a good thing I don't ride share. I mean, there's all sorts of things I'm glad I don't do because I don't buy stuff like groceries. I don't put gas in my car. I legitimately don't ride share. I don't do that stuff. I'm good. I got a car. So I pay the crazy car insurance, I pay the crazy like vehicle registration stuff. I do all that myself. So But hey, I don't know, gang. It is looking pretty good in there. I mean, you guys want to see in there again? Ready? I'm going to do it again. Ready? Here we go. I'm going to throw you guys in the printer. 1, 2, 3. There you go. You're in the printer again. Look at that. That's some sweet transitions. Oh, God, I paid top dollar for that. But it's looking good. It's printing nice. And when it's done, I'll be able to test the finish quality of it or check the finish quality. I don't necessarily want to go opening the door and changing the internal temperature. The chamber's holding at a solid 41C. I know everybody says, oh, 60C, 60C, but it's printing just fine with the, you know, temp of 41C in there. You move to Illinois as the taxes and power bills are lower than in Indiana. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, that like places like parts of Iowa or Nebraska was always a nice one. I liked Nebraska when I drove through there. Just not in the cards right now. So we're just going to stay here, hunker down, and just push through it. That's what we're going to do. That's what we've been doing. That's what we're going to keep doing. We'll hunker down. Like I said, if things change in retirement time, then I'll, you know, we'll load up an RV and just roll around for a while. Yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with just where you go. I mean, really it does. It just boils down to where you go. It depends on what you're going to pay, you know? Hey, let's see if I can get it to go again. Ready? Mess with the camera. You guys getting dizzy yet? You guys getting dizzy yet? Sorry, it's just too much fun to play with that. But I guess now's a good time to do this. Boom. There's the Flowtech Hotend over on MicroSwiss if you want to get one. They're currently $84.95. And the zip code's wrong there. Don't worry, that's not where I'm at. But here's kind of the breakdown of what all you get. You get a sealed core, enhanced heat retention, increased durability, so it helps to protect against stuff. You get the CHT. This does say it's a CHT high flow, and it actually does show in there the little tip like that. And then you get the leak-proof nozzle because it's got this lovely little part here that goes up into the brass up inside. And then expandable, you've got the different tips. And again, looking at it, this is the brass plated tip. This one here is the CM2. And then this one's the CM2 right here. And this one says CM2 on it as well. So these are the CM2 nozzles. You got your standard nozzles. And then you've got the Diamondback nozzles, which is pretty cool. I haven't tried the Diamondback nozzles. Maybe one day. I don't know why somebody would be calling me right now. That's weird. But there's the overall design again of the Hotend. There it is with the silicone sock on. There it is mounted up. And they did the same thing I did. They rolled the wire up along the side there. See? So great minds think alike. You just push the wires in, tuck them up along the edge there, put your 2 screws in, and let her rip. And then here, this explains their CHT version. It kind of drills down. You got these little channels that help split the filament and then bring it back together so that it heats through a little more thoroughly and you can get faster flow. So there is that. Also, let's see here. Boom. Got to thank Fabrico again right now for $339 shipped to your door. They do still have, it says 8 in stock, but like I told you guys earlier at the start of the stream, and I'll tell you again, there was an issue in shipping to them from their supplier. They are going to be, according to their tracking, they should be in by Tuesday. So if you do order one now, if you did want to get one, again, $3.39 shipped to your door stateside. For those of you in Norway, I'm sorry. But $3.39 shipped to your door stateside, and you'll have it probably, you know, within a week after they get them on Tuesday. So hopefully by the following Tuesday, all goes well, no shipping delays. So if you are interested in getting one, you can do that, or you can buy it directly through Elegoo and get it probably in 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 days if they have them in the stateside warehouse. However, that being said, you will end up probably paying shipping and taxes, and it will end up over the $3.39 that you're currently going to pay through Fabrico Direct. So keep that in mind. BB, it's 2 a.m. Get some sleep. Pink Squad done. You're on CC for your granddaughter. Nice. Take care. Go easy into the Swedish fish, or go easy on the Swedish fish. I will try. I wrapped the bag and sealed it back up, or closed it back up for the night. I don't think I'm going to tap into it again. But I will take it in the house. I have found I don't like leaving food out here because sometimes I get visitors, and I don't want to entice the visitors to keep coming back. So, yes. But it is wrapped up. I'm probably going to wrap this up and then maybe hop on a Discord server, or I think some other folks are streaming tonight. Let me go sneak a peek and see who else could be streaming. We might be able to jump over there if I can jump onto theirs. Fixing problems while working on the Trident. We got Projects in Dad's Garage is currently live. And I do see the Polymaker is live with Nick from Nico Industries. Let me go see if we can go over to Projects in Dad's Garage, because I'll probably jump on and watch. I'll probably jump in there and lurk on his for a while. So let's see if we can jump over to him. Let's add a redirect real quick here. Let's do a search for Projects in Dad's Garage. Look at that, we can. All right, let's go ahead and save that. There we go. So when I wrap this up, we will jump over to Projects in Dad's Garage. I hope you guys come over there with me. Would be cool to have, I think my first jump to another stream. Have some folks come with me. So to those of you that are here, thank you for coming and hanging out. I hope you smash that like button, or the thumbs down if you wanted to, but you can smash that like button, would greatly help. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We've been going for almost 2 hours now, and I want to just relax for a little bit out here for a little while and kind of decompress the brain. So that is my plan. I may jump into a Discord server and chat with some folks. I don't know. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out with me and helping kind of clear my head of the bad day at work I had, probably the worst day at work that I've had in my 9 years of being employed there. So thank you to everyone for coming and hanging out. And to give you guys an idea of how I've been explaining my day today, it feels like somebody took my brain out of my head, dropped it in a blender, pureed that thing, mixed in some kerosene, and then lit it on fire. So my brain is like mush and fried. So yeah, my brain was definitely, just, it was a bad day. So, but you guys have a good one. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail. Happy 3D printing and all those things. And don't forget, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Bye, gang. Have a wonderful night. See you on the next one. Don't know when it's going to be, so just ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling so you'll know. Bye, guys.